Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. It is Corvette season. The sun's out, the weather's getting a lot better. There's so many car shows that I'm attending with this car, and the C8R is getting a ton of love. Surprisingly, everybody loves the Accelerate Yellow because it's a vibrant and exotic color. And if you're on the cusp of ordering your C8 or speccing it out, I highly recommend going with one of the vibrant colors. It definitely gets a lot more attention. And it goes without a doubt that this car looks very special with all the decals and the heritage that it puts behind the C8R into this car, and all the other stuff that General Motors did to the C8R to kind of give it a little bit more of a unique look. But enough of that. Today's video is going to be about the front splitter on the C8R. I've been talking about doing a splitter on the red C8 for a very long time, and I ended up trading that car in. And I never got around to doing a splitter on this car either, but now that the weather's better, I want to do something really cool with it, which is a C7 ZR1 style splitter on the C8. And for those that know me, I am extremely cheap, but I've really wanted to do a front end lip on this car just because I think that the matte black finish on the factory Z51 lip is a little bit boring. And so the C7 style ZR1 had the wings that came up the sides. They weren't actually canards because they weren't like hooked onto the bumper as like little attachments like the Z06 will have, but the splitter wrapped up around kind of like a portion of the wheel well, and I thought it looked really good on the C7 ZR1. I'll throw up a couple images here. And so I'm just filming the intro here. I'm going to head home and kind of do the full install. I don't have a lot of room to walk around, but you guys will kind of see how easy it is to replace the splitter on the C8. I'd love to get the feedback in the comment section if people think this looks good, bad, ugly. I think it'll be a harder look to pull off because the C8 isn't as wide as the C7 ZR1 was. And without spacers, these wheels are tucked in a little bit. If you look kind of here, you can see the wheels don't stick out kind of past the body line. And this splitter is supposed to make the C8 look a little bit wider since it wraps up around the wheel well. And like I said, I'm super cheap, and so this is a less than $300 splitter. Yeah, I know that's hard to imagine. It's just an ABS plastic that's gloss black. The splitter is made by Ikon Motors. You can get it in carbon fiber print, but I don't know if that's going to look really nice. Cheap carbon fiber never really looks good, and since this carbon fiber option on this splitter is a carbon fiber print and it's in 5 pieces, I didn't want the weave to be different where all the pieces on this splitter are going to connect. And the manufacturer also makes it in matte black, but I thought gloss black would match the carbon flash a little bit better. It would look a little bit cleaner. And if by the end of this video you guys end up liking this mod, you guys like the way that it looks, definitely check out the link in the description. I am not affiliated with the manufacturer in any way of this product. They don't know me from a hole in the wall. I just bought it off eBay. Their direct site had shipping costs, but it was with free shipping from their eBay store. So I'll link that in the description below for anybody that might be interested. And definitely wait till the end to catch my feedback of the actual splitter after installing it, if I think it's worth it or not. Alrighty, so we have our setup kind of good to go. I think I have everything. I have my work blanket so I'm not on the asphalt. You guys can see in the box it comes in 5 pieces. So you have your side piece there, middle piece 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have my little workbench with the good old F350. And so T15, it's going to be a T15 Torx bit. Sometimes I think the whole C8's held together with T15s. There's probably going to be about 20 of them, so I'm just going to get them all taken out, get the splitter installed, and show you guys the finished product. Alrighty, so the factory splitter is out. That was a little painful, but there was about 20 or so T15 Torx heads to take the whole thing out, and it just drops down. This, I guess, gives us a good idea of what this car would look like if it was a non-Z51, I suppose. Unfortunately, the new splitter doesn't come with instructions, but let me show you guys what it looks like. So overall, I mean, it's just ABS plastic. It's not anything, you know, super durable. I mean, rock chips are probably going to chip the black gloss finish pretty quickly. So maybe matte black was the way to go. It would have matched the factory splitter a little bit better, but no worries. We'll kind of get all this stuff installed, put on, and see what it looks like. Alrighty, so I kind of just have it loosely pieced together. It doesn't come with instructions, so it takes a second, but man, does this look super aggressive. The only blemish I can find is a small little air pocket over here. But otherwise it looks good. The cool thing is you don't have to put up the side canard piece if you really don't want to. You can kind of have that 5VM style look, a little bit more aggressive. Sticks out a little bit further than the 5VM, as well as like that side fin's a little bit more aggressive, but I'm still going to put the canard on, so let me go ahead and do that. Overall, so far it looks good. The benefit of not being associated with the manufacturers, I can give you guys a very true and honest review of the product. For $300, you get probably more than what you're paying for. Any other C8 splitter that I've seen is well into the $1,000 range. The factory one's obviously a much higher quality, like not even comparable quality, but it's obviously 3 or 4 times the price. So far, I'm more than satisfied. I mean, if the factory carbon flash and the gloss black that they painted, again, this stuff's just kind of hand tightened so right now, is close enough. No one besides me is really going to notice a difference. There's just no metallic flake in the gloss black of the splitter that's in the carbon flash. A couple small blemish spots here, just 2 that I found so far on the whole splitter, kind of taking a close peek look at it. In terms of instructions, they don't give you any, and I called customer support, and for $300 you can kind of expect the kind of customer support you would get. They didn't have instructions either. And so let me know in the comment section if you think I'm doing this right. I'm using the factory hardware, because if you take a look at this T15 bolt right here and you compare it next to the self-tappers that they give you with this kit, they're completely different size. So this has a fastener that this actually tightens into, whereas this, I have no idea what this would go into. My guess is they give you this as universal hardware if you had a non-Z51, but because I have a Z51 that comes with the hardware and the splitter, I can reuse the factory hardware, because there's really no place to put these self-tappers. And when I called the customer support number, they didn't really have a great answer for me. They said give it in trial and error. Again, I think it just comes down to the Z51 / non-Z51 configuration of your car. So I don't see anything wrong with using the factory hardware, at least given that the hardware that the kit comes with isn't really usable for where the factory holes on a Z51R. So let me wrap it all up and we'll look at the finished product, but so far so good. Alrighty, so I think this is done. All the tools are away, which is a good indication that we're done with today's job. I think this came out fantastic. Now, a couple things I want to point out in terms of fitment. Everything came together pretty good. This piece takes a little bit of playing with. I'm not a fan that these bolts are stainless. Probably blackheads would have been a little bit more flush, but you can see everything kind of lines up pretty good. This piece has to push back all the way, but otherwise, I mean, it's all very, very sturdy. And I just think it looks a lot more aggressive. It makes the whole car look significantly more sportier and exotic. And it sticks out quite a bit forward, but with the front lift, I don't think I'm going to have any clearance issues and tight spots if I need to. And I honestly say I'm very satisfied. I mean, you get what you pay for. The quality on that finish itself, there's a little bit of like abrasiveness right here, a couple little spots that I noticed there. The other side seems to be pretty good, so it looks like just when these pieces were painted the gloss black, there was a little bit of curing issue, but otherwise I think this came out fantastic for $289 from Ikon Motorsports on their eBay store, because I got free shipping from the eBay site versus buying directly from them. I happened with a couple other parts so far. It seems to be the new norm. I really don't think you can go wrong. I mean, just it makes the whole car look more aggressive, really gives it a more unique, wider stance, visually of course. But honestly, not bad. Now, this is probably one of those like throwaway splitters. I think after maybe 1.5 to 2 years, you're going to have rock chips. The paint surface is not going to absorb rock chips very well. But compared to every other splitter that was well into like 700 to 1,000, ACS makes a really good 5VM style splitter for around like 800, and I'm sure the quality is better than this. Maybe it isn't. It's hard to compare without being able to put them side by side, but for $289, $300 with tax and everything included, I'm really happy with the way that this came out. And I'll update everyone on the community page where I can put posts, or on Instagram if I have any issues with the splitter going forward. But right now, this definitely gets a big thumbs up from me. And that's all I have for today's video, so definitely check out Instagram for a ton of pictures. There's more content with the C8 coming. There's more content with the TRX coming. So if you could, definitely throw me a subscribe. I'm trying to get to 5,000 by the end of the year. It would make a huge motivational booster for me. And you get to enjoy content with 2 really cool cars if you come along for the ride. So with that said, that's everything that I have for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. If you have not already, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, until the very next video, I look forward to seeing all of you down in the comment section below.